Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining our ASTE Community Connect live stream. This is a special one because my co-host today is a dear friend of mine. Just in case you don't know this lovely woman sitting next to me, her name is Yaritza Villalba. Actually, Villalba. I've been saying it incorrectly. And we're going to have such a fun show. And we're so glad you're here. Make sure that if you're seeing this, that you're sharing it and tune in. Before I let Jaritza introduce herself, you probably already know her. She's pretty famous, okay? So she probably doesn't need a ton of introduction, but we have a secret word challenge. We would like for you to grab your beverage of choice, whether it's your favorite grape juice, milk, water, whatever you like, because it is the evening. It's 5 o'clock here, and it's 5 o'clock somewhere. But in New York, it's 9 o'clock.
Yes.
And
Yes, it is.
Jaritza could be out on the town having a good time, but she's having a good time with us instead. And
I'm
we're
with you.
adults here. Yes. Jaritza, what's our secret word?
Our secret word is AI.
Woo! What do we do every time our secret word comes up?
Every time artificial intelligence or AI comes up, we take a sip of our drink. Hey,
That
Michael.
yes, and we can do that.
We can do that.
We can do that because we are adult people.
That we are.
All right, Dr. Michael Harvey. I never know what he's saying. What he puts. I'm so glad that he's joining us. Do you know what he's saying?
He's probably saying hello or good evening or good night.
Do you think that he used AI to create that greeting?
No, it's actually one of his languages, spoken languages.
Oh yeah, but you think he already knew it, so he didn't have to get AI?
Yeah, I believe he already knows it. I know anytime he greets me, especially in text messages, it's definitely his language. And I love it.
Yeah, and he probably doesn't have to use AI for languages.
I doubt it. And he speaks
Pizza
English too.
AI.
Yes.
She's like, you've got the conversation skills of a gnat. All right. Yes, Dr. Michael Harvey. Where is it 5 o'clock? Oh no, it's New Zealand. Oh, good, good.
Okay.
I love this. I love this. So glad you're here with us. All right. Oh my gosh. We've got people joining us. I love this. Hello, Mario.
Hey, Mario.
Speaking of, well, we're gonna get to shout outs in just a second and Mario, and we're gonna get to you. But it's been since last summer that I've got to see you in person, Jaritza.
Yes.
It was at ISTE.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been
But
a
you
long
know,
time.
it has. It's been too long.
Yeah.
We don't usually go this long without seeing each other, so that's a little sad.
No. I always say Mel is the person that I bring almost all of my birthdays in. Like the last 3 years, I've celebrated all of my birthdays with Melody, whether if it was in Alaska or in Illinois.
Illinois.
Yeah.
Yes. We
So we
have
have
had a good time. No AI required. So,
no AI required. That was a double
oh,
right there.
oh my God, for real. If you're just new with us or just coming in, grab your favorite beverage. The keyword is AI. Have a sip of milk or whatever you're drinking, water, or if you're an adult, get your favorite grape juice. Okay, Janitza, it's been a while. Tell us. Okay, first of all, also, Janitza is one of our favorite keynotes. She was the closing keynote of the 2024 ASTE Creative Outlet, and all of her sessions were packed. I only got to go to a couple, but it was amazing to have you. We're trying to get you back. So 2026, hopefully that's going to work out. We'll let you guys know. But tell us what you have been up to ever since. You're like all over the world these days.
Yeah, I've been up to a lot. I believe the last time you and I seen each other in person, I was actually working for a particular company. And now I work 100% for myself. So as of December of last year, everything has been McKenzie's Adventures, which has opened up the doors for me to do literally anything I want to do in the realm of culturally responsive sustaining education, right? I don't have anyone saying, hey, that doesn't look good, or we're not focused on diversity. Now it's me saying, we need it. I will do it. And if this community is underserved, I'm going to find a way to get whatever tools they need in that community. So we've been working with CTE, specifically Lincoln Tech Institute in Queens, New York. I do instructional coaching for over 50 teachers, and you're gonna like want to listen to this, Mel. In
I'm listening.
in automotive and electrical systems technology. I know nothing about cars. I know nothing about electrical systems, but every single time I walk into a classroom, I'm learning something new. Right. And so my job now is to show them how to create these culturally responsive project-based learning or scenario-based learning curriculum and lesson plans, which is fun, right? Because it's no more just about completing modules. It's about giving students real-world experiences right from the comfort of their classrooms.
Yeah. I mean, if their classrooms are comfortable, which they probably are, right?
Oh, they are. You just have to look at the pictures. But also, next, I'm going to be working on how to integrate AI into CTE leadership.
What? That's crazy.
That is one of the goals that I'm actually going to be pitching. So if they are listening right now, I'm actually pitching it on Tuesday's meeting.
I love that so much. That is great. Congratulations on becoming like you, coming into yourself and owning it. That's
Thank
amazing. We have a special guest joining us today. Oh my goodness. I'll bring him up. Hello, Anthony.
Hi. Hi.
So glad you could join us, Anthony. I hope that you have a beverage handy. All right. We have
water.
Water is fine. Water is great. Because every time we say our secret word AI, we have to take a sip.
Oh, not A1.
Not A1.
Anthony, you just joined and you're already throwing shade.
That's right. That's right.
That's too easy.
The last time all three of us were together, I threw this. We did a special podcast not even quite a year ago. So check that out. I dropped it in there. We have an episode. We need to do more Alaska Educator podcasts, but make sure to check that out. Yeah. So, and if you just got here, Yaritza, she was our 2024 keynote. Now she is going with her McKenzie's Adventures, and she just talked about some CTE courses she's doing with Lincoln and Tech in Queens. And I'm going to throw that back up. All right. And now also we know that Dr. Michael Harvey has Irished up his coffee. That's code for something.
Oh, you know it is. Some Irish cream in the coffee.
or is it Jameson? Putting Jameson?
Or Jameson, yeah. Or people put whiskey in, like just plain.
Yeah. Whiskey and honey. We have to ask Journée because now she does education and booze, and she gives you recipes for drinks based off of themes in education.
Oh wow, we definitely need that.
You have to follow her on Instagram. So before we log off, I'm going to put the Instagram in the chat because y'all, I'm inspired every day, not to drink, but for creativity and innovation.
I love that. I love both of them. Cheers to both of them. All right, now we are getting to our show, our point in our show where we have some educator shout outs. And if you guys are okay with it, I'd like to go first. Is that okay?
Yes.
I don't even need A1 or AI to have my list of educator shout outs. Okay. Last night, I got to chaperone my daughter's formal dance. Now she goes to a smaller secondary school. So there's middle school and high school together. And the educators, Mr. Pete Johnson, he and his crew of his student leadership class, they threw on their prom. And because they are a smaller school, they invited the middle schoolers for a short amount of time. And then they had for only the high schoolers. I just want to say that it was so much fun. It was such a joy to be around so many wonderful young people. They were dancing. Do you guys remember your proms? Did you go to your proms?
I did. I went to my high school prom with two of my friends, actually. Yeah, we did like girls' prom.
Yeah, I didn't even stay for very long. I just showed up, took some pictures and left and went to friends afterwards. This was so fun. The DJ was fun. Everybody was dancing. The food was great. The student leadership at Highland Academy in Anchorage did an amazing job under an ASTE member, Mr. Pete Johnson. So just kudos to all of them, and kudos to all the teachers, and just really to every single educator that is listening to this. Kudos to you. If you're not listening to this, you don't get a shout out. Only the educators listening to this. Thank you, Coach. Yes, my daughter looks so cute. A lot of people have said that she was my mini. I will take that compliment every single time. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, okay. The educational cocktails. We need to know more about this. Might be a good session for ASTE, Jornay, if you will come.
Yes. And I just put the Instagram in the chat as well. It's
okay, great.
Out.cocktails.
Okay, I will get that. That's a good question. Do you want to answer that question really quick, Anthony?
I mean, it depends on which curriculum. A lot of there are Alaska Native standards. There's cultural standards that are kind of integrated throughout all the curriculum in Alaska. I haven't necessarily seen it firsthand. I mean, I've integrated some in the classes that I taught for computer science, encouraging students to celebrate Native voice and Native identity. I take that back. We had one teacher who was teaching social studies, and he was doing a unit on, it was Alaska Native history class, and part of the unit was having students learn about Inupiaq culture and learn about storytelling, and a game that came out that celebrated one of those stories, which was called Never Alone. And it's a pretty popular game out there, beautiful artwork. It's a combination between game and narrative, and you learn about the people and their culture and where they live and how the story came to be. And really beautiful, immersive 2D kind of side scroller game. And that was in collaboration with the Cook Inlet Tribal Council, and they're making a part 2 now. So really excited.
That's cool. And also, I would say that Anchorage does a pretty good job of being culturally responsive with our Indigenous population. Our president-elect, Alexis Griffey, she actually works with the migrant ed and the Indigenous population. I've been to a couple of her trainings, and they are working to preserve it, and they have Indigenous people in the program running it, working with students. So I know Anchorage does a pretty good job, but that's a great question.
I can add to that as well. I know I'm close with Laura Davies, and we actually connected through a global cultural experience that I had created through Microsoft, and we've been friends ever since. But one of those global activities that I did with her students in her community in Wrangell was actually printed out by, the Wrangell newspaper. So I would say folks are doing the work. They are finding ways to ensure that Indigenous populations in Alaska not only are finding their voice, but are finding outlets to ensure that traditions, live on. And I loved my experience at, ASTE because I was able to get there a couple of days before. Anyone that knows me knows that any single time I have the opportunity to keynote a conference, I always arrive a couple of days before because I want to learn more about the community. And that's exactly what I did. I was able to engage in conversations. I knew about, the different names that were being taken that were Indigenous names at first and then being turned into these American kind of names or languages. And I got to connect with the people in Alaska. And it was kind of like a bond, right? Because everyone knows my predominant language is Spanish, but there's some places that I go to where they're just like, just speak English, get it over. Like, let us know what you're talking about. And that's how I felt it was like in Alaska. But people are willing to do the work, especially with curriculum development.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. And since we're on shout outs, Laura Davies is doing incredible work in Wrangell, Alaska. Yes. She's amazing. And and so I'm so glad you said that. A couple of other shout outs. Let's see. Coach William, Jeffrey, thank you. Yes, you need to come to ASTE, but also thanks for doing the hard work. Our friend Jed Derryberry. Hey, ASTE, friend to you. Also, his children's book is about to come out. So congratulations to you. Congrats. All right. What about you guys? Anybody other educator shout outs?
Brian Lopez in California. I would say Jeffrey Primus here in Queens. He's the director of education for Lincoln Tech, but I would say he's the visionary for Lincoln Tech. If it hadn't been for him, I would not be in the place that I'm at right now, bringing culturally responsive strategies to career technical education, right? We don't normally say that we need that route because it's skill based, but he's like, we need it, and we need it now for our Black and brown students. Who else comes in? We already said Laura Davies. There's so many educators I can like shout out. Oh,
Yeah.
Victor Hicks. Victor Hicks work with Coding with Culture. Man, he's partnered with McKenzie's Adventures now. So we're working together. We're presenting together. We're about to present together in Austin, Texas in June on coding strategies. Yeah. The list goes.
Anthony, we might need to bring Victor to ASTE 2026. Like he's doing phenomenal things, and you guys working together so much. That's really incredible. Yeah. That's a powerhouse right there.
Yes, he's become an official partner of McKenzie's Adventures. And it's just been dope to be able to collaborate with him on so many things that I'm doing here in New York, but also so many things that we're about to do in Georgia.
Yeah. All right. Well, keep us posted. Tag us. We'll share it out too on our socials.
I definitely will.
Yeah. And I love all the interaction. I almost want to drop the link to make all these people join us too, but they probably don't have their hair done or anything. So who knows?
Jen, I see that. If I'm coming, he's coming with me in 2026.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Let's make it happen.
I want to give a shout out. I had he's sleeping. Well, not sleeping, but just tuned in. Shout out to a couple of educators that I worked with just yesterday, Ralph Eluk and Diana Bogus. In the Anchorage School District. Ralph's at the Betty Davis East Anchorage High School, which is largely an Alaska Native high school in the community, and the Alaska Native Community Charter School, where Diana works out of. I had the opportunity to support Ralph with a new cohort that he started. This grant that I work for largely supports parents, not necessarily students, but in the school environment. And the goal is to connect parents together with their children, and to have these be hands-on activities or field trips and things where parents can bond together, their children can bond with the parents, and it's in a safe environment such as the schools. So we were very fortunate to have over 20 parents show up. Well, 20 parents and students show up yesterday from all walks of life, Alaska Native, Filipino, white or otherwise. And we were all there sharing food. We had a few elders who came and they shared stories about seal hunting and where they grew up and on St. Lawrence Island. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful night. And so I want to thank Ralph and Diana for all the hard work that they do to connect families together with school. So
I love that. Can we drink to that? Can we cheers to that?
Yes.
No
AI necessary.
Or okay, sorry. That is pretty cool. I love making schools safe, like making sure that they're a safe place. Number one is something that we all should be doing, but that, families are coming together. You're not working directly with students, but it's still helping students more than anything, bringing families together. So great work, Anthony. Shout out to you as well.
Yes.
Like we're inspired. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Rose. Okay. All right. Yeah. I like that. Okay, we've got some exciting things to talk about right now. I am going to, my voice, did you see that? I am so excited. For the last month, I have been working with TEQ, and we are planning a summer learning series, and they have a PD platform called Otis for Educators. I have actually done quite a few PDs with, I've done a couple with them actually being on it, but I've actually learned quite a bit from their PD platform. And I'm so excited because we've got tech companies coming to share their products. We also have Alaskan educators sharing Jed Derryberry is going to be sharing. Also, you know who else is going to be having a session on our summer learning series? Take it, Anthony. Take a big guess.
Yaritza.
Yaritza, yes, yes. Before I get into all the specifics, we're going to do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays throughout June through August. Tell us about your session, Yaritza.
So there's always been a resource gap, right? We find ways to be really innovative when trying to engage students, and then we find ways to be really innovative with trying to engage teachers, but we're forgetting, to me, like the important stakeholders, which are the parents. They're the ones who are at home with students after we've taught new content, not new content, but also they're the ones that I believe at this point, with this rapid growth of AI and tech, who are struggling. And they're not struggling because they don't understand it or they don't want to understand it. They're struggling because no one's taken the time out to say, hey, this is how you can potentially use it to support your student. And so for the past few months, I've actually been supporting districts here in New York with what we called AI parent academies. And so we do introduction to AI. We show parents how to use it to support their kids in literacy and reading. I know I'll catch up with you guys with these shots after. But we also use it in workshops to help parents feel more confident in just pushing all the buttons and asking AI questions that, they probably would just ask a friend. And so for Uniondale, and huge shout out to Uniondale School District here in Long Island, I've been working with them for the past 6 months. And our first workshop for parents was in January, and we had over 86 parents show up with their kids and their kids' devices, because that's a requirement, right? Because I want to show parents what their kids actually have access to. What we normally hear all the time from parents is, well, you gave them that laptop, right? Mm-hmm. And now it's, well, let me show you how the students really don't have access to all of these crazy websites on school laptops, but also let me show you ways that you can help support your child while they have this laptop at home, and using specific AI-driven, platforms that are free. Right now, and that goes back to that resource gap again, right? Mm-hmm. There's many underserved communities that don't have access to adequate ways or effective ways of using and utilizing AI, because everything, we have to pay for it. Everyone's saying get a pro account, and that's not the truth. The truth is, if we show parents or even students how to properly use AI, they can be as effective on free versions as well. So that's what we do. And with this particular session, I want to show people that it's possible. I've been doing it, and I want to show them exactly how to do it. So if you want to implement, supporting your families in your school districts, this is a session that you don't want to miss. Yes, I'm going to do one AI activity, but everything else is about building that culture and finding ways to promote so that families can actually want to, engage. Like I have another session coming up next month with PTech. And PTech Brooklyn is actually one of the first pathways technology and education schools in America. This is the founding principle of PTech schools. And we're actually doing an AI academy for parents that's built on advocacy. So leveraging AI to show parents how to look up Title I funding and how to leverage that knowledge to advocate for how schools should be spending the money to literally work for the best interests of their students. Yes, so we're getting in there with parents. This is the kind of content that parents want, and schools have to be better at making sure that they're making it accessible for parents who want to be there. Parents, it's but so many paint and sips parents can go to, right? Mm-hmm. It worked. We have parents going there, but then what's after that? So now that you have them in the building, what's next? What can you teach them that they can now use at home with their kids?
I love that. And you guys check out these parent academies. Yeah, you had me going. You had me going, girl.
Anthony gave up. He was like,
I did. Yeah. I ran out of water.
I just want to say that thank you for everybody who's joined us live. This is great. I love the parent academies too. Right, Adam, the reach to parents, and that's Anthony's job right now. Like, who knew that it was all going to come together? We put these things, we put these live streams together. We never know, like, if it's going to be a perfect storm. Tonight it was. So thank you, everybody, so much for all all of the comments pouring in, and that is wonderful. I've always thought that that was a really key piece, but missing too many times. That parent piece. And when we think about all the crazy stuff going on around us in our world right now, and the way that teachers are oftentimes villainized, and sometimes parents are also villainized. Like we have been politicized to the point where it's like parents versus teachers or teachers versus
Mhm.
parents. But really, it's always been that when we work together for the best interest of our students,
Mhm.
like that is one of the biggest keys that helps our students learn and achieve and grow. So
Yep.
this is really cool. Yes. All right.
Yep.
Mario says, in our context, it is sad to see many teachers still refuse to use AI in the class. Yes, Mario.
Cheers.
I mean,
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
Mario, but also that's okay, right? So anytime there's an advancement in technology, you're going to have some hesitation. And as a person who I'm the kind of person that I like to experiment, so I won't mind feeling flustered about not getting things right the first time, right? There's some educators who have kind of like mastered their craft, and once you master your craft, it's like I'm scared to change it, because now that means I have to unlearn to then learn something new. And you have some educators who have been teaching for 30, 40 plus years. And, even during the pandemic, when we were asking them to use more technology, they were just like, this is too much, right? And what happened when we came back to schools? Teachers were like, all right, get off the computers. Let's go back to pen and paper. You're going to have that hesitation. But I believe that, once again, if we're strategic with how we choose to give them the information and say, here are options, and not you have to use it this way, and you have to learn how to prompt engineer using this specific terminology, then they'll be more, open to wanting to use it. I always say, and I do this with students because I also do student academies, I do self-portraits using AI. I use a Microsoft Designer, and I ask kids, with social and emotional learning, describe yourself. How do you see yourself? And then I say, how do you want others to see you? And then they type it up, and then there's an image that comes up, and I go, okay, now refine that, because you have to refine it so that it can look exactly how you want others to picture you, whether, it's about your intelligence, what you want to be when you grow up, what are your favorite things to do. And I love doing that same activity with parents and teachers as well, right? So yes, that connection to social and emotional piece, but it's also refining, what our prompts are without being so serious. I remember my first introduction to AI, someone said I had to put in a research paper. And I was like, what do you mean? This is like a workshop. I wasn't even thinking about a research. What do you mean research paper? Now I have to like look through all of these things when it's not that serious. If you want someone to be open about learning something new, it has to be fun. It has to be enjoyable. So once again, going back to that paint and sip, right? Parents, of course, we want to keep sipping for AI. We want to paint, but what else are the things that makes parents want to enjoy? Like I remember saying to a parent, use AI to create a recipe for walnut cookies, but you're missing the walnut. So ask AI to give you another recipe using something else that you have at home, right? Or if you're, going to prep for a party that you're throwing for your child, maybe ask AI to create the invitations or something like that. And then have them then say, okay, well, this works for me and it saved me some time.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's important. It's using it as a tool to help you accomplish a task or goal, right?
Yes.
Just like, I mean, it's no different than Googling an answer or Googling information, or even going to your library and looking in the index to search for a book that has a topic about, whatever it is you're researching or the problem you're trying to solve. The problem can be, it can be overwhelming for students and for parents, or for students, potentially the issue is they'll utilize it without any of the critical thinking behind it, right? That the concern is, well, they're just going to copy paste it and not even think about it. And I, as an educator, would turn around and say, well, then why are we having them do that thing in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Why do they need to write that paper? What are the goals of that activity? And then adjust accordingly or make it something more tangible. But yeah, it's a tool. The students are using it, will learn how to use it, should be able to utilize it.
What is it?
Should be
What are
as
they
well.
utilizing?
That one word that we were talking about. A1 sauce. Yes.
The
Put it
A1
all
sauce.
over, put the A1 sauce all over your
A1 or AI. I don't care what you say. I'm doing it. Okay. I want to say something. Just listening to you guys talk, and Coach Jeffrey, he keeps clapping hands, and
Thank you,
so I
Coach.
love it. I love that Coach is with us. Yes, and everybody else. Maybe I just like Coach better. I'm just joking. I don't mean that. You know, whether you are like an early adopter of AI or any other technology, um, we work with people who are not early adopters. We work with people who are not as techy, but we need them just as much, right?
Mhm.
We work with parents who are always in the classroom, always helping out, and we work with parents who we have to call 10 times before someone picks up the phone. But the thing about it is, we don't get to choose who we're working with because we're all in this together. Truly villainizing each other, put it being verses, like that doesn't help anybody, certainly not our students who we're serving in the first place. And the way that you talked about that, Yaritza, and also Anthony, just the daily work that you do, like that reminds us that we really should not be, the way that we talk about technology and the way that we are trying to get people on board, it really should be empathetic and filled with compassion because we all have different paths and journeys that we're on. So thank you for saying all of that, because sometimes we get a little judgy. I mean, not me. I get a, yeah, like we can,
Anthony, can I drink to that part, Anthony? You know when they say if you don't have nothing nice to say.
Mhm. That's right. That's what my mama always told me.
Mhm.
You don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And then I read comments on Facebook posts, and I'm like, obviously your mama did not teach you that. So
Your
someone
mama didn't
needs,
warn you.
someone needs to take away your keyboard. Mhm.
I really do. I am a sucker for Facebook comments. I am terrible. Like but you know what? I'm nothing if not self-aware. I know my limitations.
I'm no longer on Facebook.
I know you're
Yeah,
not.
me
And
neither.
I used to get random phone calls from guys on Facebook, like random DM phone calls, like to my cell phone at 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, before we get to our game and before we say goodbye, I just want to say a little bit more about our summer learning series with Otis for educators by Tech. You're going to be seeing it when in our newsletters. It's going to be free for our membership. Their Tech is going to be giving our membership a premium subscription, and we'll be having classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. on Alaska time. But we're having educators that have been part of ASTE for years. Sessions from ASTE that were popular. We're also going to be having some influencers come in, some of our friends. Alice Keeler, she told me today she's definitely doing it. So I'm so excited about some of these people that are coming in. Dr. Joy, I don't know if you follow her. She is going to be a part of it. Some of our sponsors like Renaissance is going to be doing it. Code.org committed today. I feel like I'm like church, like this committed and they're joining us. But y'all, it is really trying to put all of this together has been so fun, and getting like a big smorgasbord of people to join us. There's going to be definitely AI. There's going to be an AI panel.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be with Alaskan educators, and it's going to be the full spectrum. Those who really love AI and appreciate it, and those who are like really thinking about like is this purposeful in my class, so I can't wait for that. AI, if you joined us at our ASTE AI panel, you're gonna really enjoy this one too. All right, is there anything I'm forgetting about the summer? It will come out, it begins in June, so you're going to hear more about that. We've got a ton of reasons why to join us, not just because of great professional development. We're going to be putting some ASTE scholarships out there so that your registration is paid for every time you join a live stream while it's live, or not a live stream, but the live PD. You're entering a chance to win your registration for ASTE 2026. Mad Learn is joining. They're one of our sponsors. They're going to be giving out an entire school license, I believe. And there's going to be other things that are going to be, so like give you a reason to make sure that you're up at 10 a.m. Alaska time to join these sessions. And of course, you don't want to miss Yaritza's session because it's going to be on fire. All right.
Don't miss it.
Is there anything else? Am I missing something important?
Nope. I think that's it. We'll have more information coming out soon on our website and our social media.
And if you want to do this and you're not a member, guess what? You can become a member on our website. It's just $25. Go to ASTE.org, become a member, and you can be a part of this also. And you can get all the freebies that are going to be coming out. So, yeah. All right. We've had a lot of serious talk, a lot of sipping. I don't have that much because Yaritza went crazy on the AI. But we're going to have some fun. And so if you're still around, Mario, make sure, don't leave.
Thank you,
Coach,
Mario.
don't leave. Okay. We still have, Would You Rather. Are y'all ready for Would You Rather?
Yep.
Okay. So you might celebrate Easter. Maybe you're religious or maybe you're just doing the Easter bunny. I don't know. Here's some Would You Rather questions, and I'll actually drop the link so that if you want to do this as well with your kids or your family, you can. All right. Would you rather Easter questions for kids? Would you rather eat a giant chocolate bunny or a giant jelly bean?
So I love chocolate, right? But when you said giant, the only thing that came to my mind was stomach ache. But then you said jelly bean, and I'm like, that's even more of a stomach ache and a sugar rush. So I'll do the chocolate bunny.
I would too.
Yeah, I'd rather do the chocolate bunny than whatever jelly beans are made out of. Who knows?
Who knows?
I'll choose, if it's dark chocolate, it will always win. But if it's jelly beans, then it will always win.
But what's your favorite flavor for jelly bean? Which one? Is it the popcorn?
Oh my God, yes. The Jelly Belly popcorn one looks like butter. It just melts. I feel like I'm drooling.
I love the popcorn one.
So
yeah. Yeah, Keisha says bunny too. Oh my gosh, I think Keisha is part of our AI panel, by the way.
This is my in the shape of a carrot. It's still in my desk. Someone gave it to me last week.
Oh, I thought you were going to say last year, and I'm going to be like, I'll eat it still if you don't want it.
No, last week at a school I was at.
All right, next question. Would you rather hang out with the Easter Bunny or the Tooth Fairy?
I'd say the Easter Bunny. The Tooth Fairy is kind of weird. Like, let's just be real. They're going around taking teeth. What do they do with those teeth? Like, is there just a horde of teeth at the Tooth Fairy? Just no. It's just
brother. I'm doing a Tooth Fairy, brother, because I'm gonna get some money out of it.
Oh yeah.
Tough times in America. It's tough times with these tariffs.
Is there a mark? There must be a market for teeth then, like the Tooth Fairy.
Listen.
How do they get the money to then give to you? They take your tooth, they sell it on some sort of tooth market.
The black market.
Whoa, maybe the teeth are what's used to make jelly beans.
Gross. Why did you do that?
Anthony,
that's disgusting.
How would you do that?
Yes, jelly beans. They don't need anybody else making them bad. Listen, Coach says Tooth Fairy. I also would say the Tooth Fairy because who's going to go buy a drink for me? Certainly not going to be the Easter Bunny. I heard that it's a goody two shoes. The Tooth Fairy just goes anywhere. They don't care. They don't discriminate. So the Tooth Fairy wins. True story. I didn't believe in Santa Claus probably by the age of 6. You know, people spoiled that dream for me. And I'm sorry if any kids are watching. But I believed in the Tooth Fairy till I was like in middle school. Because my parents, they weren't good for a lot of things, but they actually did. They were good Tooth Fairy. And I'm the worst Tooth Fairy also. The Tooth Mouse. Oh, okay. Crazy. Not the Tooth Mouse. I'm going to go with the fairy. Okay, next question. All right. Let's see. Would you rather hide Easter eggs or hunt Easter eggs?
Wait. Like you're hunting wabbits, kind of hunting Easter eggs, or
just would you rather be the one putting them out and hiding them, or would you rather be the ones picking them up?
So hide. I'm gonna say hide. So no lie. All week I've been at Lincoln Tech, and they bought like candy for the kids, right? Well, the young adults, and the director of education, he had like 4 bags of just candy that you could stuff in eggs. And you know, I don't know if this is my mama brain, but I was like, where are the eggs? Like, we have to stuff the eggs and put them all around shop. And he was like, so you want somebody to come into the auto shop where all the cars are and find eggs? And I was like, yeah, we could even hide them in the cars. Like, in my mind, I was like, to have young adults search the entire facility, the entire campus for eggs, it's just fun, right? These are people
Right.
so serious sometimes, like the engine and all you change. Get some eggs. Eggs, but I am not good at hiding, so I can't be the hunter because I'm not good at seeking technically. Yeah, I'm not good at seeking.
I want to hide them, and I think I'm not going to do the eggs this year. I'm just going to get the candy and put it out without the eggs because I hate picking up all the Easter eggs afterwards, like the plastic ones, I really hate. And I'm like, okay, if we have those still, like I'm always the one that puts them in a bag because we're going to reuse them, but then we never reuse them. We just keep getting more. And I'm like, why don't we just throw the candy all over the place and let them get the candy? Is that bad? Is that lazy?
Candy for you.
Candy. But I know our friends in the chat are saying hide, hide, hide.
All these people want to hide candy. Who's going to search for them? Our children. Our children. No, I'm not. I like hiding it because we got about an acre and a half around the house. So we'll just put it outside and the kids can go around and look for eggs. But we do reuse the eggs. We haven't bought any of the new plastic ones. We just store it in the attic and take it down every year.
You are faithful.
We're short one egg because we put out a certain amount last year, each with either we do candy. We also put fruit in it, like blueberries and stuff. Just make.
I have to come and visit because what I said at ASTE last year was I wanted to taste seal, and I don't know if this is the conversation for this session, but I know if I come back in 2026. That is my main goal. That, and I also want to be able to sit down with someone from an indigenous tribe and have an engaging conversation. But yes, because you said eggs, and I'm like, this is the only eggs I have in my house. You see it?
Oh, those are so good.
So this is the only thing McKenzie has been eating, but her teacher sent her home like a basket full of candy, and she doesn't really like candy. So it's funny to see her say, I'm done. I'm like, just give her slime. She likes slime.
Those are probably the only eggs that you can afford right now. I mean, anybody, not you, but like, eggs.
Oh, no. Right.
Yeah. Okay. One last question, and then we're going to say goodbye. Are you ready? Would you rather, and also I dropped the link if you wanted to play this with your kids at home or at school, and you could still do it afterwards, even though the Easter is on Sunday. You can do it on Monday. Would you rather eat chocolate for a month or carrots for a month?
Where did you get these questions from, Mel?
I got them from this link right here. Would you rather? I didn't generate them from AI. I probably should have. Next time I will.
I'm all carrots. I'm carrots.
Yeah, I'm gonna do carrots. I would prefer chocolate, but I know that's probably a bad idea. What about chocolate covered carrots?
Okay, Anthony, you're onto something. You're onto something.
Something disgusting.
No, that would be really good. They make everything in chocolate nowadays.
Although if it's peanut butter and chocolate, like Reese's peanut butter cups versus carrots, I'm sorry, that is my true weakness.
Really? It has protein in it.
What? Peanut butter cups?
Yeah.
There's probably like 0.05% peanut butter.
That just sounds like after I eat it, I have to stay home.
It's so bad for you, but it is so.
Coach, I'm with you, Coach. I made the same face, Coach.
What, with the chocolate covered carrots?
No, peanut butter.
You guys are like killing me here. Carrots? You guys want to eat carrots?
Yes.
Your stools will be gross if you live off carrots for a month, is all I'm saying. So just remember that. Like,
might be a little better than it is with chocolate. My face breaks out. So I eat so much chocolate. I'm not even going to show y'all the inside of my desk. Right. And my face just continuously, like, I break out. It's terrible.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Unless you guys want another one. Do you want another one? Or these? You want one more? Okay. Okay. No. Yeah, we're doing okay. Okay. You tied my arm. My arm's behind my back. I must do another one.
Oh, there you go. Dip carrots in peanut butter. That's good.
Okay.
Peanut butter.
This is actually a question that is. This is the first Easter in Alaska that I've been where there's not snow on the ground this Easter. So So this is a good question for Alaskan kids, I think. Would you rather hunt for Easter eggs outside or hunt inside?
I mean,
outside for me.
I don't live in Alaska, but I think outside is always the best. Kids feel free outside. And I mean,
Mhm.
I have a 3-year-old. She feels free anywhere with space, but she loves outside. And I think a park with a slide and you just hide Easter eggs everywhere.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
The
Yeah.
only downside of that, though, is it might be taken by someone else who's like, "Oh, look, an Easter egg," but you're like, "Hey, share the wealth."
Yeah, that's
Uh-huh.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
Sharing is
gonna
caring, Anthony.
that
yeah,
is true.
I live in a
We
really good
shared
neighborhood.
we shared last year. We were short one egg. We couldn't find the egg, and I don't know if it had candy in it or whatever. And we searched high and low and couldn't find it. So we shared it with either a bear or some other animal that came through and was like, "Oh, sweet, happy Easter to me."
Happy Easter.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yes, I had so much fun with you guys. Yes. Thank
This
you, Keisha. Happy weekend to you. She's going to
Thank
be
you,
part of our
Keith.
AI panel, the Summer Learning Series. Yes. Thank you, Coach Jeffrey. He says outside. I say outside too, because, that's the most fun. But, sometimes if there's a lot of snow on the ground, I'll say inside is okay too. But you do you, wherever you are. We hope that you
yes.
have a great weekend. I'm probably going to protest a little tomorrow because I like using my First Amendment right. And so when all else
See you
fails,
on the streets. Yeah.
yes. Yes. So thank you guys so much. This was so much fun. Janine said, thank you for joining us. I'm
Of
so
course.
glad you were here tonight. And I'm also so glad you're going to be part of our summer learning series for Otis for Educators. Your series or your session is going to be fire. And I hope we get to bring you back for ASTE 2026 and
Mhm.
Victor too. Victor, we love you if you see this. There's just so much that we're going to be. If you're a member of ASTE, there's so much in store for you. Anthony has more too. It's not just going to be the summer learning series. We have more coming down because we want to provide our membership with amazing professional development and networking and community. So keep watching because you're going to see there's going to be so much more that we're rolling out. Anthony, am I forgetting anything?
Have a good Easter
Yeah, have a great
Sunday.
one.
Hmm.
All right, and you don't even need AI. Goodbye, people.
Cheers.